In 25 days, the Earth will be no more. Planet Mira is home to a wide array of dangerous life forms. Many of these predators are so deadly that vanquishing them will require maximum firepower. Blade's solution? We call it
John C. No!
The Skell. To wield one of these powerful exoskeletal combat suits, you must first take the exam to get your Skell pilot's license. Consider this your crash course in Skell combat. Skells are the archetypal mechanized suits piloted by top members of Blade. Their large size enables them to carry highly destructive weaponry, and they can even damage small enemies simply by touching them. Skells can walk or switch to the vehicle mode with the simple press of a button. Eventually, your Skell research may lead you to uncovering flight modules, which grant Skells the ability to fly around the entire planet. Of course, Skells do require fuel to operate. Primary functions such as battle, flight, and special weapon usage will drain fuel quickly. Be sure to refuel regularly at the Blade Barracks, or let your Skell recharge by exiting the vehicle. There are 3 different types of Skells: light, medium, and heavy. Each one has its own unique stats and trade-offs, so no Skell type is superior to the others. Light Skells can equip light armor only, are the most mobile, offer lots of evasion, and carry the least amount of fuel. Medium Skells can equip light or medium armor, and can carry more fuel than light types, but they're less mobile. Heavy Skells can use light, medium, or heavy armor. They're the least mobile, but they can also carry the most fuel. Considering the variety of weapons at your disposal, there are many options to explore. Skells can be equipped with exceptionally lethal weapons in multiple slots on the left and the right sides of their chassis. These include sidearms, back weapons, shoulder weapons, arm weapons, and spare weapons for good measure. Sidearms are used for auto attacks, while the other 8 weapon slots each provide an art attack. Each weapon's art description and fuel cost can be tracked here. Keep in mind that any Skell can only be equipped with weapons that are of the same level as its own frame level or lower. In other words, Skells with a higher frame level can handle more formidable weaponry. In battle, the Skell is man's best friend. You can board one either before or during combat. From here, you can perform regular auto attacks and arts, just as you would outside of a Skell. There are other tactics that will require deeper understanding, so let's take a look at the Skell's battle screen. On the far right, you'll find the Skell's fuel gauge. On the flip side, the vitality of each Skell is measured in frame HP. When this value is reduced to 0, Skells will
Die.
Next to the frame HP is the Skell's GP, or gear points. These allow your Skell to enter
Super Mohawk Saiyan!
which we'll review at a later juncture. For now, let's discuss defense. When at least one of your party members is in a Skell, those without a Skell will also see an increase in defense. This added bonus varies depending on the number of Skells in use. For example, a party with 2 Skell pilots yields a defensive bonus of 40%. Strength in numbers, indeed. In a bind, Blade understands. Try breaking your enemy's stance. This allows you to bind enemies for a certain amount of time. Bound enemies will take more damage and be unable to attack. To perform a proper binding, get close to a staggered enemy, and you'll be prompted to enter a button command. Follow the prompt to begin binding the enemy, and a soul challenge will appear. Each time you successfully complete the soul challenge, the bind's time limit will extend.
Now it's ride time!
When controlling a Skell, your view screen may change to reflect your view from inside the Skell. This is known as cockpit time. When cockpit time occurs, all arts become available with no cooldown time, and you cannot be damaged. Even if you've already used an art and it's cooling down, entering cockpit time allows you to use it again immediately.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling.
This brief moment can occur at any time, so make sure to take advantage of the opportunity. After your Skells obtain 3,000 gear points, you can send your Skell into Overdrive. Overdrive enhances a Skell's performance for a limited time. Enhances vary depending on the Skell used, and at times, Overdrive can be extended. Such thrills must be experienced to be fully understood. Dismemberment would usually spell game over for Blade members on foot. That's where Skells come in. The individual parts of a Skell can be destroyed separately, and the unit will continue to function. However, if a Skell loses an arm, for instance, weapons and arts corresponding to that appendage will go offline, and GP will be reduced. Luckily, at the end of the battle, Skells will self-repair. As mentioned, a Skell will be totally destroyed when its frame HP drops to 0. In times like these, a soul challenge will appear. Press the correct button with perfect timing, or there will be repercussions based on your performance. Perfect timing will enable to safely evacuate your Skell. At this point, your Skell will be towed back to the Blade Barracks for repair without affecting your insurance. Good timing will also ensure you to evacuate, but your Skell insurance will increase due to the cost of repairs. Should you fail to time the soul challenge, your HP will drop to 1 as you escape, and you will suffer the cost of Skell insurance and repairs. A wrecked Skell can be repaired at the Blade Barracks hangar using Skell insurance. Access the Blade Barracks console to repair the Skells in the garage. Skell insurance allows you to recover your wrecked Skell 3 times. If your Skell is wrecked for the 4th time, you can no longer repair the Skell unless you pay a fee using salvage tickets or your own precious gold. Keep in mind, Skells are very, very expensive. If your funds are inadequate, you may be forced to abandon your Skell or leave it in the shop to collect dust. You have been warned. You can manage your Skells from the Blade Barracks hangar. Simply pick the Skell you want to modify on the Blade Barracks console. From here, you can register a Skell to a specific party member, change the selected Skell's gear, use Moranium to refuel it, change its color scheme, or if you're an inexperienced savage, you can sell your Skell. This is not recommended. Each month until Earth's destruction, we will release one more survival guide. Be sure to check out our next video, where we will discuss Frontier Nav, investing in companies, developing gear, and more. Until then, share this guide with your friends, family, and anyone else who deserves a chance to survive.